Essentially, and I would say this to anybody, is that, you know, it's really, it's easy to embrace hopelessness when things seem insurmountable. And yet, it's actually just a matter of time until all of the elements come together for things to be all right. I mean, I believe that, you know, most difficult situations will resolve themselves if you are persistent and if you don't give up entirely. And that's what I never did. I never gave up. I came across in a situation where it's like, hey, here's kind of what we're doing. And I'm looking, there's, you know, my friends, my peers, people who don't seem insane, and they're like, yeah, we're just doing a little of this. And I was like, great, boy, that feels really good. I would like to do that every 20 minutes for the next, you know, and that's how it happened. It was literally the first time. You know that thing about, you know how it goes and people say, well, yeah, he's a fall down drunk, but he's always at work at 8 a.m. It's like, he's great with the kids, don't let him drive. Because I could be found in the trailer like, what are you doing, Robert? We're 5 minutes away. And I'd be like, I'm building a space shuttle out of, you know, toothpicks, whatever. I mean, I was a little, my behavior was a little aberrant. Cocaine psychosis, that's just, it's one of the things that happens. It's tough stuff, but yeah, that's what was going on with me. And when you're in denial, you know, what do? That's what you're supposed, that's your job. You deny and you stay far out. These are common mistakes you make when you're struggling with alcoholism, and alcohol wasn't really my thing, but you know, it's kind of all the same thing. If you are leaning on something, anything that you attempt to control is something that you probably have a problem with, you know? And so when someone says, you know, I really wonder if maybe I should go to rehab. Well, you're a wreck, you just lost your job and your wife left you, you might want to give it a shot. What's humbling is to have to live your life for some reason that is yet to be explained to me by God in such a public way, when so much of it is so humiliating and embarrassing. So by the time I got into prison, it wasn't like, wow, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. You know, it was an extension of things being miserable. It changed a lot, and you know, it's a whole culture, and it takes what it takes, you know. The first day I was kind of scared, yeah. And there was a lot of stuff that happened that doesn't bear mentioning because things are violent, and there's certain things that you do when you enter that system that you wouldn't care to do on the street, but it's part of the deal. I just took full advantage of it. I mean, it's strange to say, but you know, even though it wasn't the end of my struggle, you know, I made the best use of that time that I could, because they say if you don't do the time will do you. I just happened to be in a situation the very last time, and I said, you know what, I don't think I can continue doing this. And I reached out for help, and I ran with it, you know, because you can reach out for help in kind of a half-assed way, and you'll get it, and you won't take advantage of it, you know. It's not that difficult to overcome these seemingly ghastly problems. What's hard is to decide, rather than living in fear of something that is within the realm of control, provided I don't imagine I'm running the show, and that I don't get into a position where I start becoming narcissistic and I'm not vigilant anymore. I was raised particularly in a generation that wanted to be cool. And I guarantee you, if you ask the people who know me real well, and I think I'm one of them now, is I'm not cool and I don't want to be anymore.
I think part of the reason I'm still so interested, not just in life, but also, you know, getting to do what I do, is I'm a fan. I love movies. I love creativity. I love music. I love culture. And the fact that I actually have a place in it while I'm observing it and digging it is like, it's an honor.
So I had no intention of making my public, my private life and my career so very difficult. And yet I believe, you know, as I sit here today, that I hope it's for some higher purpose, you know.